I'll tell you the story of a man named Fishtrap Joe. Fishing northern waters was a dream he'd always known. He packed his bags and headed for the frontier of the north to fish the cold and stormy seas where fate could run its course. He bought a net and a fishing boat, to the sandbars he did go. The silverfish he sought to catch for dreams he now know. Many seasons passed and his body's growing old. No longer can he fish the seas, age is taking hold. Bones, bones, bones are all I see. They're all that's left of Fishtrap Joe, the man from Tennessee. Joe, he found a job at the fish trap by the slough. He'd watch the trap with his 44 to keep the robbers from its loot. Then one night they came in a skiff with salmon on the mind. They shot him down, took his fish and towed his boat behind. They threw his body in a cave and set his boat adrift. They left him there with his 44 still around his hip. The sheriff found the drifting boat and thought that Joe had drowned. And the robbers, well, they got away, for his bones had not been found. Bones, bones, bones are all I see. They're all that's left of Fishtrap Joe, the man from Tennessee. Bones, bones, his life came to an end. His body's buried in the cave, he'll never fish again. 40 years have passed since his murder had been done. Two boys were playing on the beach where a waterfall had run. The cave was at the bottom, the tide it was low. They found him there with his 44 where he died so long ago. Bones, bones, bones are all I see. They're all that's left of Fishtrap Joe, the man from Tennessee. Bones, bones, bones are all I know. They're all that's left of Fishtrap Joe's murder long ago. They're all that's left of Fishtrap Joe's murder long ago.
Well, I feel real good when I'm with you, and I need your love all the time. Oh, and you started my life all over, and I found my happiness with you. Oh, and you make me believe, oh, that when you're with me, that you're mine. It's with you that I'll spend the night, and everything will be alright. Even though I can't see you, baby, just being with you. Well, I don't care what they say about it. I will want your love anyway. Oh, and baby, and everything will be alright. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe. Are we fools to believe? Fools to believe in this romance? Are we wrong to believe? Even though, Lord, I need your gentle touch. Oh, and don't you know, you're the one I love. And things are gonna get good, good, yeah. Things are gonna get better, better. Don't you know, don't you know? Things are gonna get good, good, yeah. Maybe, oh baby, maybe. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Maybe we will have a chance to believe in happiness. Help me believe in this. Make me believe in this. Oh,
When I was a child and I lived in the city, I dreamed of Alaska, so far away. And I dreamed I was flying over mountains and glaciers. Somehow I knew that I'd live there one day. Well, it took me some growing and a fair bit of schooling, a little bit of trouble to get on the move. And I felt like a loser, but I turned out the winner when it came to Alaska, the land that I love. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to the wild, and here's to the free. Here's to my life in a chosen country. Here's to Alaska and me. I was born in a cabin on Little Mulchatna, raised in hard times, but I had a good life. From the first time I flew with my father a-singing, I knew that I'd wind up a bush pilot's wife. We sleep near the sound of a slow-running river and wake up most mornings to a drizzling rain. And we live every day like the first or the last one, with nothing to lose and heaven to gain. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to the wild, and here's to the free. Here's to my life in a chosen country. Here's to Alaska and me. Oh, for a fire on a cold winter's night, once more to gaze at the great northern lights, for all of the beauty my children will see. Here's to Alaska and me. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to
chosen country. Here's to Alaska and me. Oh, here's to Alaska and me.
Juneau Renaissance man John Ingalls has invented hundreds of items, like this flashlight you can hold in your teeth. His best-known design is the stroller pack, a lightweight backpack on wheels for parents who love the outdoors almost as much as their children.
John doesn't take a product and say, how can I make this better? He says, here's the problem, how do we make a solution for it? It's sort of a different approach to inventing.
It's that kind of approach that led to Ingalls' latest invention, a new twist on the traditional hand truck. He designed it to help local couriers who say one load in the Ingalls parcel pack equals 6 loads on a conventional dolly.
The hand truck is somewhat a result of living in Juneau, and this kind of, it's almost like a family, and you see this guy struggling with his hand truck every day, and I started thinking, gosh, you know, it'd be really fun to give him one that just blew him away, that worked so well, you know, that just made his life so easy.
So I get 400 pounds on here. I can basically put one foot on the back and use one hand and pull it back. So right there it takes a lot off.
Their problem is they're in the service business and they have to deliver packages as quickly and as efficiently as they can. And our product can do that faster and save them money in the long run.
Sam Skaggs is Ingalls' business partner in their stroller pack company, named for its most popular product. The stroller pack is manufactured in Juneau and sold through outdoor outfitters like REI. But the company is relatively young. Ingalls worked on the stroller pack design for years before he and Skaggs hooked up and started a business. It all started with the Ingalls family over 20 years ago.
We started with a pack frame that was from LL Bean. And it's one of these typical things where your wife is saying, well, the kid is getting too heavy, I can't carry her anymore, and we got to do something. And I was like the typical dad. I wanted to spend as little money as I possibly could.
Ingalls ended up finding the wheels at a second-hand store and using an old ski pole for a handle. The modern stroller pack, made of sturdy aluminum, carries much more than kids. This family loaded it with over 100 pounds of gear and took it up a 4-mile trail to a remote cabin.
And then we had a couple swamps to cross, and we had to carry it on with the pack. So I would say it was very versatile. And then when we got to our campsite, she stayed in it like when we fed her and we rolled her around the trails up there. So it's definitely part of our outdoor equipment.
With the stroller pack, it's great. These fat tires will go through snow or sand or mud. I mean, there's not much of anything they won't go through, actually.
When businessman Sam Skaggs was in the market for a child carrier for his son, he met inventor John Ingalls. Skaggs not only bought a stroller pack, he foresaw a unique sales opportunity.
I have to get this out of my system. One, I want to start a business and I want to be, kind of solve some problem. And John's into solving moving objects. And that fits in fine because I can lend my business talent to his design talent, and we can, it's a puzzle.
And I think that the divergence is really valuable because someone asked me about my partner, and I said, well, I have the perfect partner. He loves to take care of taxes, payroll, and make sure everything's running efficiently. And that's something that I have a hard time with.
What I've learned from John is when we make something, you make, not only do you make the product, but you make about 100 tools to make the product, like this little thing. This helps you thread that lace through the top of the frame, one of the 42 holes right there.
Everything that goes into the stroller pack, from milling these brass screws to sewing the cover, is done in Juneau, usually to save money, but also to assure a quality product. After a company down south didn't follow his instructions for welding the frame, Ingalls developed a welding jig himself.
We're ready to weld. This is what the finished piece will look like.
The stroller pack company has yet to make a profit, but the partners are working on it. Skaggs calls them bootstrap entrepreneurs.
In other words, not having a full-fledged operation going with a lot of overhead and a lot of machinery and capital-intensive parts of the business, and trying to do it on a small scale to see if there is a market for our product, which we've determined there is for at least the stroller pack.
Running a small-scale operation allows Skaggs and Ingalls to maintain a unique work ethic. It's an approach that carries over to their employees.
If the skiing seems too good, then they expect me not to be here. And if the ice skating's too good, then I expect John not to be here. It's like an old world operation, like something out of Europe. You know, you just go upstairs to share lunch. You know, I bring a little something, they have a little something, and and it's a really friendly place to work.
Put this in the oven?
No, we'll wait till it's got this on it, and then we can then put it in there.
Oh, okay.
Should be really good. Is this a good size for you, Sam?
That's beautiful. Thank you, John. I like that cup. It's cute.
It took 6 months of sipping espresso together before Skaggs and Ingalls started their partnership. Now they're selling stroller packs from Maine to Tonga.
The first cup?
5 years. We've never, had harsh words. We've never not communicated differences that we've had. It's been a great marriage.
Needle for? To sew up my bag. What do you need a bag for?
Skaggs' reverence for Ingalls began when they met, and Skaggs asked Ingalls to adapt a stroller pack to meet the needs of his son Avery, who has cerebral palsy. According to Skaggs, Ingalls dropped everything and created what became the prototype for the stroller pack special needs model.
When you meet this child, that they don't just see the wheelchair or this huge obstacle. They get to interact directly with the kid because the stroller doesn't become an obstacle between them.
Working with an artist, you view the world differently, and so John's given me a chance to look at the world, in a way that I've never looked at it before.
We're makers of melodies and learners of lines and writers of rhythms on the pages of time. Masters of music, rhymers of rhymes, painters of pictures on the canvas of your mind. We'll paint a picture you can't see, oh, but you never will forget. We'll leave our brush strokes on your mind's eye, the paint still dripping wet. So lay back and let it sink to your head. Close your eyes and feel the vibrations. We'll mix the colors on the canvas of your mind and leave the rest up to your imagination. We're makers of melodies and learners of lines and writers of rhythms on the pages of time. Masters of music, rhymers of rhymes, painters of pictures on the canvas of your mind.
the Princess May took a due north on a trip for 3 days. Search of wealth and a promise of gold. Digging in the dirt only left me cold. There's work in the mine if you're willing to go 2,000 feet down a shaft below. Way down deep in the Treadwell mine. Working all day for $3 and a dime. A week on an 8-hour shift, mucking all days we follow that drift. Better run for the cage if you feel your head spin. The gas doesn't kill you, it'll be a cave-in. Way down deep in the Treadwell mine, working all day for $3 and a dime. Your hands go numb in the damp and the cold, drilling all day for that hard rock gold. Of the night, hear that whistle blow. 3 long shrieks from the cavern below. You're up with the shudder when you hear that blast. You know another miner has breathed his last. From way down deep in the Treadwell mine, working all day for $3 and a dime. Your hands go numb in the damp and the cold, drilling all day for that hard rock gold. 2,000 feet down a Treadwell mine, working all day for $3 and a dime. Your mind goes numb in the damp and the cold, selling your soul for that hard rock gold.
Tamaani, you tamagut, chapach naklutoy, yung nakathat, doy Tamaani, doy nduay, ang uyag nachtut, bitkakusuting lu, sheriff Karnauai Ak'a Tamaani You Tamagut Chapach nach Luten You nach Tutlu yeah 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 yeah
The owners of these boats are out in our area waters as part of the commercial fishing fleet. It's an industry that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars each year. After they've made their catch and delivered it, processors prepare the many different species of fish and shellfish in different ways and then deliver it to market. In Juneau, there's one business that's using new methods of both preparation and marketing of just one part of one kind of fish. Of all the fish in the ocean, salmon are no doubt among the most widely recognized and highly prized. It's at the top of the menu in fine restaurants all over the world, and people pay top dollar to have it on their plate. But often they have quite different reactions to the thought of putting some of it in their pocket or purse, or for that matter, for it being their purse.
People will invariably pick it up and smell it. And so the first big hurdle, of course, is to overcome that barrier. Well, it doesn't stink like fish. And then they look at it and run their hand across it and say, will this thing last? And then you point out to them how the fibers are formed. And we take test pieces that we've had here for months trying to be torn in any way. You overcome that objection.
These products are made from the tanned skin of salmon by the Juneau-based company Alaskans. The company started 3 years ago by introducing 12 products. It now has 53, and judging from its sales growth, its salespeople are doing a fine job of overcoming the customer's initial reaction.
We have now between 150 and 170 retail stores in Alaska that take our product. And it's moving rather fast, so we can't tell. We've had a quadrupling followed by a quadrupling of sales. And this year looks like it could be a tripling.
We are a corporation, and we have 8 stockholders in the corporation. Each of us hold executive positions in the company, and we also are the workforce of the company. Each one of us is involved in the tanning of skins. Each one of us is involved in the manufacturing process, shipping, administration. We do it all.
The products are tanned at Alaskan's own tannery, where the skins are soaked and agitated in over a dozen fat liquor and chemical baths. While processing formulas for tanning mammal skins are generally widely known and readily available, techniques for use in the fledgling aquatic leather industry are closely guarded secrets. The formulas that Alaskans use were developed by staff, largely in Wisconsin, and the initial effort was far from encouraging.
We watched the thousands of hides be dissolved in chemicals and things back east that were good for mammals, but turned ours into glue and dog food. It was really horrible.
Another challenge involved in starting a new self-financed industry, especially in a place as remote as Juneau, is the scarcity of affordable and appropriate technology.
So we initially started tanning in 55-gallon garbage cans. And what we would do is, as we put skins in and put our mixtures in, would do our agitation with a boat paddle. Step by step, every piece that we have online, except a few new ones that we just recently got, are all equipment that we had to fabricate.
I kept telling Jerry it would be a great idea if I flew back to some manufacturing company and learned how they did it. Learn all about it, and then come back here and could reproduce those ideas and be able to do it like them. And what I found was that when you do it on your own, you have a tendency to come up with a lot of ideas that are considerably better or faster than the industry is already using. I spent money on a folding machine that is virtually almost useless to me, whereas the machine that we built just out of sheer desperation at that time turns out to be able to outproduce it about 5 to 1. The biggest change that occurred here was when I went from using hand templates and hand cutting all of the leather pieces, and we leased a piece of equipment which is called a clicker that is a 20-ton press that punches the leather out. I took that particular job that was eating up 6 hours of a day and turned it into a 1-hour process.
Alaskans is primarily a wholesaler. The only retail business they do is out of their factory outlet. And while they plan to continue product development for the wholesale market, they welcome and, in fact, encourage competition in that area.
The leather itself is an industrial material that we'd like to sell to anybody who'd like to come up with their own product line. We'll even help people develop markets for their product lines.
A product that's made in Alaska has a big advantage in the statewide marketplace, according to Roger, and not just when it comes to the tourist trade.
We do a great deal of our sales at Christmas, which is almost exclusively Alaskans buying it to send outside. We do as much at Christmas as we do at summer.
Now that the Alaskans technicians are perfecting their tanning and production techniques with salmon, they're working on a new formula to use with a different species, the leather from which will be used in a much different fashion.
With halibut, we have a leather that's large enough to actually be used as panels in garments. And that's kind of mind-boggling. The idea of making halibut jackets out of halibut is very appealing. When we can get our production up to scale and get our manufacturing to the scale where we can go into something like garment manufacture, I'm certain that we'll have a very large market.
The future of the state's aquatic leather industry shines bright in the eyes of Alaskans' founders. To them, there are as many possibilities as there are species of fish in our waters.
We have the possibility of being aquatic leather leaders of the world. We have the resource here.
While that possibility may exist for the industry as a whole in Alaska, Alaskans' own role as an industry leader may be hampered by financial realities. They're praised for being new and innovative, but unfortunately, those same attributes have made it extremely difficult for them to get the kind of financial backing they need for rapid technological advancement and product growth.
The science that is required to bring on a new leather is really quite backbreaking. And the labor that it takes, and just the R&D and the busted experiments that it takes to bring on a new leather really requires some participation by some lending institution or some financial source that isn't within our reach right now. We've been in business for less than 3 years. None of us have any experience in this business. It's based on a new technology in a new marketplace. Those are all disastrous to a banker. Those are risk flags going up every place. We've lost a great edge because of it, and it may be good for us. But we've lost a technological edge in this industry. Several other new tanners have come up in the meantime. The first joint venture between an Australian tanner and a Nova Scotian tanner have gotten together and been formed with state support. So the proliferation and the use of this byproduct and the capturing of the resource is taking place daily as we speak.
So, while Alaskans may or may not become the industry giant its owners envision, it appears to enjoy considerable status as a type of business that both economists and resource managers dream of.
We're using a wasted byproduct of a renewable resource industry. We're also making an add-on value for an export. We're making an import substitute. We're doing all those things that people talk about that really should be done with a resource.
This week on Rain Country, we've been working and playing, and that's a combination we'll repeat again next week when we work to bring you more of our Southeast neighbors at play. Please join us then. And in the meantime, I'm Scott Foster, and please don't work too hard.